Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the Vanderpump Rules' Shchena Shay speaking out about James Kennedy's domestic violence arrest after several weeks. She's going to talk about why she stayed silent, what she's thinking, whose side she's taking. She talks about it all. It's like a 7-minute segment that I'm going to post right after I finish talking here. You can watch it for yourself. I don't want to get anything mixed up or translated differently because I feel like this is a very important topic for many people. And she even posts links to domestic violence resources at the end of her podcast that I will also put in my description here in this video. But before I continue and before I show you exactly what she said on her podcast today, please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any news, any updates, any pop culture, celebrity gossip at all. It means the world for me if you subscribe, and costs you absolutely nothing to do so. Now I'm going to play for you what she said, all the details, so you can take it from yourself and it's not misconstrued in any way at all. Here's exactly what Scheana Shay said about James Kennedy.
So check them out. Okay. The majority of questions coming in this week were definitely on a certain topic. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to read all of these questions. And then I did write out what I wanted to say because I want to try and just as eloquently as possible get what I want to say out without stumbling over my words. Why haven't you spoken about James and Allie and condoned his actions or helped Allie? I think they mean condemned. Have you spoken with James? Are you a part of his support system? You speak on everything VPR, so why not James? Do you not consider Allie a friend? Did you ever? Why is no one from VPR addressing James's arrest? What's the truth about James and the abuse allegations? Do you feel sympathy for Raquel now that James was arrested? How are you supporting Allie during this time? Did Allie move out of James's house? What do you think of James taking time away to focus on himself? Etc., etc., etc. So I've seen the comments from all of you asking why I haven't spoke out about this. So first off, I want to say I was respecting Allie's privacy as she requested, and I didn't want to add to any headlines because she's going through enough right now. So I wasn't going to say anything on the podcast, but I now see how that's coming off by staying silent. So I have spoken to Allie. I check in with her often. I always have. But I know it seems like if I stay silent, y'all somehow think I support his behavior, which I absolutely do not. Obviously, I was very close with Raquel for years. And while she always told me that James was never physically abusive, as we all know, abuse isn't limited to just physical. And ultimately, it led to her exiting that relationship. And I had a lot of empathy for her, which is why Brock helped move her out and move her in with us at the time. You know, I wanted to do anything I could to help and give her a safe space. I do hope that James views this as a rock bottom moment and is serious about getting the help he needs and just committing to a healing plan versus just seeing this as something that's, you know, gonna like ruin the world tour or residency or whatever. I've noticed his name has been taken off of certain shows, and that is a direct consequence to his actions. And, you know, he needs to get help, and not just to prevent Allie or some other girl from being subjected to abusive behavior in the future, but to give himself a chance to live life with healthy relationships. And I know he wants those things for himself, and he needs to give himself the proper tools to deal with his trauma that doesn't involve projecting it onto others. Like I said at the beginning of this, I've just been hesitant to speak publicly on these topics because I feel like no matter what my intentions, I don't always get it right when I'm trying to navigate a very sensitive and serious subject matter. And that's why I have my cards today, because I wanted to make sure I'm saying everything I want to say without just rambling. But look, also, I want to keep the line of communication and support open to Allie. I want her to know that she is supported. I don't want to say something that then puts her in a position where it's like she has to choose between a friendship or a relationship. I just don't want there to be one less mechanism of support for her. So that's just only going to make things harder. And to not make this about me, but to just put in perspective, I know most of you watched season 9, and it was revealed that my husband had, made some bad choices in his early 20s. And thankfully, he's not the same person he was, and he continues to work on himself. If he was the same person, I wouldn't have married him. He's an incredible partner and father, and, he's made some mistakes, but he's grown. He's learned from his past, and I thought James had too. Hopefully now he finally will. But the way I think about it, like with Brock and with, just people in general, it's like if we aren't capable of change, then why even bother? So to those listening, I do just want to say that if you're in a relationship that is abusive, whether that's through coercive control, psychological or emotional abuse, economic, physical, or sexual abuse, I want you to try and make an exit plan today. If you have a friend who you worry might be in one, just make sure they know that they are supported. Help educate them on what types of abuse there are. There are so many different types and what that looks like. Help them access mental health services in your area, and make sure to reinforce that they are worthy of respect and love. This isn't coerced or conditioned. They deserve to be treated with respect. And I'm going to add some links in this episode description for additional resources in navigating domestic abuse, because I do think it's important to speak on this. I just was hesitant because sometimes I feel like if I say something, I get shit for it. If I don't say something, I get shit for it, and it's lose-lose. But this is a serious subject, so I needed to say something, and I hope I conveyed that properly. So that was a mouthful. I'm going to take one more break, and I will be right back.
Thank you for watching. I hope that helped. I hope that cleared a few things up. I think she did a very good job of speaking on the matter. Please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the pop culture news, celebrity gossip at all. It means the world to me if you would subscribe and be here with me through it all. Thank you for watching. Bye.